one of our main developers here with Valid Network. So in today's conversation, we're going to be talking about Valid Data, our newest and amazing product called Valid Data. So thank you, Gal, for taking the time to be here. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you very much. Excited to be here and share with the world our new product.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So tell me a little bit about what Valid Data is, and how it can benefit all crypto people, right? Whether you're a trader, maybe you're a hedge fund, or you're just an investor looking to make some money on crypto. What it is and how it can benefit people in the crypto space.
Sure. So as someone who's been in the crypto space for several years by now, I can definitely say that the crypto world has evolved significantly in the past 6-7 years that I'm in it, and that's great. But we're still way behind any other developed market in terms of investment, in terms of the way that you're making your decision-making process around your investments. And as a result, when we were thinking about the IP that we developed in Valid Network and the 3 years that we were already in the crypto environment and the tools that we have, we felt that we have something that could really mature the crypto world, and that was the infancy of how we started this concept of Valid Data. In general, Valid Data's goal is to provide any stakeholder in the ecosystem a much better understanding around the maturity and quality of a crypto asset. A crypto asset could be anything from a token to a DeFi vault to a liquidity pool to a wallet to a decentralized exchange, anything. And the way that we're doing that is that we're collecting or aggregating a lot of data around these particular addresses and collecting all of them, running some analysis on it, and then providing our users a valid score that would provide each one of these assets a measurement around how mature it is, how trustworthy it should be, how reliable it should be for our users. And then they could use it for their personal investment portfolios, personal investment decisions. And that's what really makes us excited, because it's something that so far wasn't anywhere in the space. And as a result, a lot of us are doing their investments based on hunches, based on gut feels, based on bets, and without really thinking about or without really spending the time on evaluating everything, because it's really hard. And our goal in Valid Data, with Valid Data, is actually to provide you that easy to use, actionable insights tool provider that would make your decision-making process much more data-driven and much more insightful to really correlate with your investment strategy. So that's what makes me really excited about it.
That's amazing. And I think a lot of crypto investors don't realize the impact of data, especially that we live in the crypto space is data-driven. Everything is in the blockchain, but very few people really understand how data can affect their trading, can affect their investing. And, you never know, like sometimes what you don't know can hurt you in the crypto space. So tell me a little bit about, I know you mentioned data, right? And I know Valid Network comes from a security background, but we do so much more than just security, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our data insights can help traders, let's say, know when there's a rug pull, or when there's a suspicious transaction, a wet alert. So from a trading perspective, you can actually capitalize from it and say, you know what, a lot of money is moving, let me jump in, or let me cash out, let me find that perfect opportunity. So I think a lot of times people think, oh, we're just protecting people, but we're also helping people maximize profits, understand really what's going on. So what are some of the takeaways that, as a trader, I will get with the network, and what type of things can Valid Data predict?
So we're basically tracking on a very high level. We're tracking 3 different types of movements or events or vulnerabilities that we have for assets. And when we tried to group these, we got into these 3 major ones. And in the future, based on your insights, we might even develop more. But currently, the way that we're organizing all of the events that are happening on chain in the crypto world. We're categorizing them into three different components. The first one is technical related events. So these could be, you know, changes in the smart contract or things like that. The second one would be financial events. So these are the movements, the changes, the volume, the supply and demand and things like that. And the third one would be around governance. This is around who could do which decisions, what decisions are being made, how they are being made, and so on. Aggregating all of these insights into one score and then allowing our users to deep dive into each one of them independently provides a huge amount of information. And also based on your investment portfolio or based on your investment strategy, allows you to find the types of projects or the type of assets that you would like to invest more based on these criteria. Maybe you're someone who's really strong on security and looking for specific types of events as an indicator for an investment opportunity. We would allow you to find these types of events as they happen in real time, since we're monitoring the system 24, all of the platforms 24/7. We would allow you to really identify the specific type of events that you're looking for, and where it happened, on which asset, at what time, and who was also involved in these events and these transactions. And that would allow you as someone who's exploring constantly for these upside opportunities to find the right type of projects, the right type of investments, and as a result, generate that alpha that you're looking for as an investor. And that's something that for you as an investor is super important and very exciting, because it provides you these extra places that you could find these solutions or find these opportunities, sorry. And then Alejandro also said that, you know, our background or our origins is on the security space. And as a result, we're not only allowing you to find these opportunities, these upside opportunities, we're also allowing you to minimize the downsides. So we are actually providing you different vulnerabilities around these three categories that I mentioned: the technical, the financial, and the governance. That basically allows you to find these projects that are more risky, things that you want to, you know, move away from because they're too risky for you. Or the flip side, maybe they're providing you some opportunities that you want to look at. So maybe a combination between, you know, a vulnerability, but also something that is happening right now would actually provide an opportunity. So it really gives you much more information that then you could use at your fingertips to do whatever you want from an investment perspective. And it's something that currently in the market is not really out there and is not accessible to everyone. And with Validata, this is something that we're allowing, really allow everyone to de-riskify the blockchain and blockchain investing in general.
This is amazing. And you mentioned something very important, that is that right now there's a lot of crypto data. I mean, you can go into the media news, but there's not such thing as like actionable data that is like, this is what's going on right now, this is what you can do about it, right? Whether it's to maximize your profits, protect your wallet, make sure that, I think we maximize opportunities and minimize risk, which I think was what every crypto investor wants. But tell me a little bit about the Valid score and how it works, the widget, because I find it very interesting. The widget can be used, has many purposes. It can be used by exchanges, it can be used by hedge funds, you know, but it's the small but powerful widget, right? That does a lot of things. So if you can break it down for everybody that's listening today.
Yeah, so we have two different components for Validata. The first one is our platform, a platform that you could get into the deep dive on everything that happens within the specific asset class. Would it be an asset? We're just releasing in next week our vaults as well. So that would allow you to look at valid score related to a vault and also a lot of different information about the particular vault. But that's one thing, and that's based on our platform. In addition to that, we're also extending our hand to any other project that wants to get a better measurement on any asset class. And that's what you mentioned, the widget. We basically allow you to plug in a very simple way, a widget that would show to your users all of the a valid score or a specific score around reliability, assurance, and maturity of a project, for then the users to take their decision as they want. In the widget, you have the general score and then the score broken down into categories. And if the users would like to look more into the details of this, we actually have a detailed breakdown of all of the components and the subcategories that we have within the valid score within the particular page or assets page in our system. And basically what we've done is we've taken more than 25, maybe 30 factors, and basically combine all of them, provide a different weighting for each one of these factors. We aggregated these factors from internal tools, external tools, public databases, private databases, a lot of different places, and basically combine all of these in order to provide a one score that then would be broken down into 5 other ones. So 5 other subcategories, but basically that's the representation for the maturity and the reliability of that asset. As I mentioned, it's broken down into different components. It includes within it the market, the security aspect, the social presence, and others. And basically that gives you as an investor a holistic view about this asset and how assured you could be in order to invest in it, and how much secured it is, and how reliable it is as well. So that's like the valid score. And as I said, we could watch that within the Validata platform, and that would be much more detailed and much more robust in terms of the inputs that you will receive. It would show you how you got to that score. But at the same time, each one of our partners could basically plug in that widget into their website and just share that with their users for seeing in a glance the reliability of a particular asset from different asset classes.
Yeah, that's very powerful. Very
Yeah.
powerful. That's amazing. So tell me a little bit about the vision for Valid Network, because I know that Validata is just gonna be one product. The widget's gonna be just one product, but there's a bigger vision of helping investors protect themselves, maximize profits, but also really understand the ins and outs of blockchain. I know the biggest misconception is that blockchain is permissionless, that it is very safe, that you can't really get hacked, and that's a huge misconception because we see it over and over again. Blockchains are getting hacked, wallets are being stolen. So what is the overall vision for us for create something bigger than what we currently have?
Yeah, we're seeing our role as you said, like billions of dollars are being hacked from blockchains, and it's clear, right? At the end of the day, the creators of all of these different innovations are human, and human make mistakes, and as a result, if there are mistakes, there are vulnerabilities that then could be exploited, and there are a lot of smart people that are looking for these exploits. So that's why all of these hacks occur. I think that we see as a vision for Valid Network is to mature the industry as a whole and provide our users, or provide the industry as a whole, a much more matured way to view the industry, and to remove all of this uncertainty, all of this guessing and betting that is currently happening over there. And that would allow our users, as I said, to have like these much higher upsides and much lower downsides. And as a result, provide them the edge against all the rest of the industry. Because at the end of the day, if you're making much more right decision and less wrong decisions, your alpha is much higher. And as a result, you're happier as an investor. And that's our goal. So we would look for ways to improve our algorithms that are identifying these types of pitfalls and identifying these opportunities in order to highlight them better to our users, and develop features that would drive our users to reach their alpha in a much better way. And if that would happen, I think that as a whole, the industry would mature as well, because all of these like mistakes, accidents, hacks wouldn't be as popular or as frequent as they are today. And that's something that would mature the industry as a whole and would bring much more investors into it, because that's another one of the blockers for new investors to come in.
Yeah, information is power. So thank you for sharing that. I guess my last question, just to mindful with time, is now with you talked about the vision. So what we're going to be doing another video, by the way, following up videos. We're going to be doing a demo of or valid data next week probably. So that's something for you guys to be very much looking forward. Do we have like a timeline of when this is going to be available for the public? I know right now you can sign up. So guys, if you're not yet signed up to Valid Data, you can go into our website, Valid Network, sign up, and then you get notified once the new updates are up. But do we have like a Q1, Q2, like something for investors to look forward next, like for everybody that's watching, like what's something they should do right now, right?
Yeah, so definitely go into valid.network, which is where we have our first release. We actually going to release next week, early next week. We're going to release a lot of features for investigations on the assets or the tokens asset class, including Ethereum tokens, about 650 Ethereum assets or Ethereum based tokens, to basically show or indicate to you what we're looking for. So we would show there events that are occurring, vulnerabilities, risks, access control capabilities, functions that are possible for each one of the different components or the different assets. So that's something that we would release as soon as next week. We'll also release an exploration page that would allow you to find interesting assets to look into. So that would assist you in finding these new types of assets that would be interesting to view or to investigate. So that's going to happen next week. And actually about a week or two afterwards, we have a huge partnership that is coming up with one of our first partners that are being revealed, which is Revolt, which basically is an aggregator for vaults, DeFi vaults. So we would provide them a widget that would show them all of the vault security score or valid score. And then from there, you'll be able to get into a dedicated deep dive page around the vault. So you'll see relevant information around the vaults, like things that you need to look into, like the total value locked and the APYs and the fees and all kinds of different components around the vaults. So that's another thing to look into in the near future. And then one of the great things about Valid is that we've been around for almost 3 years by now. And as a result, we have a lot of IP that we're just converting into something actionable. So we're getting into a very fast-paced cadence of releasing every 2 weeks probably. So there's going to be a lot of videos coming out from Alejandra and a lot of demos from our side just to show you new features. And we're all about listening to all of you. So if you have any requests, any recommendations, any things that you think would be valuable and that would fit our vision, please share it with us. And we'll be very happy to include that in our roadmap too. So yeah, exciting times ahead of us.
Yeah, a lot of things happening right now. So again, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do it today, because there's gonna be more video content. Just by the way, we just opened a TikTok as well. So we are on TikTok as Valid Network Official. So make sure you follow us there. And follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, on LinkedIn. We're gonna be leaving all of the handles below in this video so you guys can check it out. But yeah, so we look forward for the next videos that we're gonna be doing next week with Bob. We have other videos coming up with Fear or CEO. So I'm just super excited. Thank you, Gal, for taking this time today and just breaking down the vision. This was amazing.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here and looking forward to hear from all of you. Thank you.